been there. He's always been right there. And every time that I've reached out to him, every time that I've called out to him, called out to Jesus, help me through this. Oh Lord, please, like, why am I going through this? And He's always there. And he's always faithful, and he's always merciful, and he's always loving, and he's always kind. And there's times when he would rebuke, and he would reprove, and he would discipline, and instruct, and guide us, and teach us. And when you're open to that, it's when the real learning can begin. But when you're still stubborn and pigheaded and just rebellious, and you're just angry about it, you just get angry about it. You don't want, you don't recognize it as, the Lord is treating you as true sons. He disciplines those he loves, and all of that. You don't think that way, until he finally pierces that part of your heart, and you recognize and learn that this is a good God. He's really a good God, man, to straighten me out like this, like to really, really use something so big that he can straighten you out. But I don't claim to be anything greater than another. I'm not, just like John the Apostle in the book of Revelation. He said, when the angel, he bowed at his feet, and the angel said, don't do it. I'm just a servant like you, which I am. I'm just a servant. All I've ever prayed and asked was for the Lord to use me mightily for his kingdom, and his purpose, his glory, and so that he could be set up high and be made known to everyone. Who he is, how he is, what he is, the way he is, his character, his everything about him. And I, from 14 years old to about 17 years old, I was radical on fire. Well, about 17 years old, like I said, I got involved with a girl and fell in love, and her name is Stacy, and I tried to commit suicide over that heartbreak when I lost her, and twice, as a matter of fact, and because the first time didn't work and I wasn't satisfied, so I tried again by sticking my car in the garage, and just got to the point where it just made me so sick I bailed. And but my mom locked me up in a mental institution. I had my 18th birthday in a locked up in a mental ward, a psychiatric ward, lockdown. They had this wing, that wing, and you had to work your way through a program to get out. And I smart cookie. You call it what you want. I mean, I was a huge manipulator. I mean, my whole, for as long as I've known, I can manipulate like no other. Just terrible. I mean, I could manipulate situations and people, and it's a bittersweet thing. I liked it about me in times when I really needed something to go my way. But then other times, I felt horrible that I was even able to succeed at it. Like, because I know there's many times it was for the wrong reasons or the wrong purposes. And but I manipulated my way through that system. I remember we sat around a big group. It was group meeting time, day or whatever in the game room, and all the kids are. All the inmates, all the patients, mental patients are sitting there, and everybody's like, the counselors or whatever were like, why are you here? And this girl would say her reasoning, because my mom's a bitch, and it'd be like that. And then the next kid, why are you here? Because I threw a rock through somebody's window, and my mom just story after story after story. And as I sat in this group, every other day or something, we had these meetings, and I got to listen to everybody. And every time they come around me, I'll be like, pass. Oh no, you got to say something, John. I'm like, well, sorry, I'm not today. I'm not feeling it. But as the days went on, I started thinking, none of these kids, and I say kids because probably like 20 years old was probably the oldest person in there, maybe. Maybe not even that. 18, 19, and down, to 12, 13-year-olds or whatever. And everybody that went around telling their stories were like, they were all given on the surface issues as to why they were there. And I knew, I was a smart kid, man, and I knew that all the answers everybody gave is not what the counselors were looking for, and wasn't what they wanted to hear, wasn't the right answer, if you will. So one day, I finally just got tired of listening to it. I got tired of listening to everybody, and they come back around to me, on another day and said, well, John, today your day? You gonna tell us? You gonna tell us why you're here? I said, sure. I'll tell you all why I'm here. I said, I'm here to work on my issues. I'm here to work on my anger issues. I'm here to work on my depression issues. And I'm here to work on what makes me unstable and what makes my mom fearful enough for my safety that she had to place me in a hospital, in a mental institution. And everybody just was like, really? And it wasn't 2 days later, and I was moved to the other end of the building, in a more lax, non-lockdown wing. And I remember when I got over there thinking, idiots. Yeah, I totally played them. I knew what they wanted to hear. I could have give two hills of beans about working on my problems, man. I knew my problems. I didn't need nobody to tell me my problems. I knew what my problems were. I knew what my issues were. I knew I had anger issues. I knew I was, I knew everything about me. Nobody knew more than me about me except Jesus. But I manipulated my way through that program or whatever. I had my 18th birthday inside that mental ward. That was my 18th birthday inside that mental institution. And I got, hooked up with another girl in there who had the ooh and ahhing over me. But it's a long road, guys. It's been a long road, man. I have John 21:25 says, should the miracles of God be written down in books? This is just one book. It's the book. But how many miracles are written in here? You think that verse is talking about the miracles of God that are written in these pages? Because this is only one book, and not every page is a miracle of God. I mean, technically, the whole book is a miracle of God, but you know what I'm saying when it speaks of, turning water into wine, walking on water, Jonah in the whale for 3 days, all the different miracles, feed a multitude of 5,000 with 2 loaves of, 2 fish and loaves of bread or whatever, 2 loaves of bread and fish. The miracles in here that are written in here, it says that should the miracles of God be written in books, the whole earth couldn't contain the books which could be written. The whole earth. So go out on a ocean liner, a ship, take a cargo container full of books and dump them overboard, and just do that every day, every hour, until all those books hit the sea floor, rise to the water surface, and start coming up above the water, like throwing marbles in a glass jar full of water. Eventually the marbles make its way to the top. So do that across the entire vast oceans. Then, when the books start overflowing, get out, walk across the books, get on land, and start stacking books up on the land. And how high can you stack them? Keep stacking them. Keep stacking them. I can get stack them and stack them and stack them until you're, 10 feet high, 12 feet high, 30 stories high, 80 stories high. Take a plane up, start laying them on there. How many books can the earth contain? The miracles of God. It's been a long road. It's been a long road with me. 33 plus years, 1987 until now. Jesus' ministry was 33 years. Paul the Apostle's ministry was 33 years. I'm just over 33 years, and Paul was just over 33 years. But listen, I'm on YouTube. I never. If you'd asked me 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, if this would be my position, or if I'd be in this place, or I ever thought I'd be sitting here looking at the world. I mean, I don't know who gets these. YouTube probably, they don't. I see people's channels who have astounding just revelation and very spirit filled, and they have a good following, and they're 100K subscribers, or 1,800 subscribers, or 80,000 subscribers or whatever. But if you compare those to the world's YouTube channels, they're piddly. So do I think my channel, and again, I got to tell y'all, it ain't about me. It ain't about my channel, or my YouTube channel. I could care less, other than, it's where the Lord's led me to just get some things out to the community, the Christian community, or the Watchman community, or, the prophetic community, or just the world, even in general, people who aren't Christians, people just scrolling YouTube all day. If somebody somewhere lost comes across my video and decides, hey, this looks interesting, or feels led to watch one, and they get led to Christ somehow through anything that I say, then praise God. That's his doing, man. He sees to it. Whatever needs done, whoever needs to see it, whoever needs to hear it, we'll let that be. But I don't know. I don't know if I should plug this phone in. But at any rate, the lighting's changing on the phone screen, so I got a light bulb going out. Let's see. These LED light bulbs, they're gonna last forever. They don't last forever. These things, there we go. They go out. But so where was I? Should the miracles of God be written in books? Oh yeah, I didn't. If you'd asked me 4 years ago, would I be on YouTube? I would have thought, no way, like absolutely not. Even 3.5 years ago, when all this started for me back in August of 2017. If you'd asked me if I would even be here